Today I am racing the Gautrain from Sandton to Pretoria to prove whether or not it's faster and cheaper than driving. The 32 billion rand investment started in 2011, and today over 7 million people per year rely on the Gautrain for supposed efficient transport. But could they be wrong? I can't do this challenge alone, and in fact there's lots I can't do alone. So I'd like to introduce you to the car scene's very first co-host, Dubs.
They say dynamite comes in small packages. And this man, he's no exception. Apparently, he's so tough that he sleeps without a pillow. And rumor has it, he's Chuck Norris's stunt double.
The challenge is simple. We're in the middle of peak hour traffic in Sandton, and the mission to get to Pretoria the quickest and cheapest way. I have the honor of defending the automobile in this, the Golf 6 1.4 litre TSI.
With little time to spare, we lined ourselves up to the start and prepared to make history. Could more than 7 million people using this train be wrong? The tension on the line was palpable.
Some of you might be wondering why we're not starting at the station, why I'm still standing here and Dubs has sped off into the distance. You see, to make this race as relevant as possible, we've taken into account the average Gautrain user living and working 3 kilometers away from their origin and destination station. So, I'll be Ubering from Morningside Shopping Centre to the Gautrain station in Sandton, arriving in Hatfield and then Ubering to the final destination at Geek House Eatery in Brooklyn, where we'll tally up the total costs. The only thing left to do now is see who gets there first. Let's go.
Okay, now, parking ticket. The hell's the parking ticket? Oh, shit. And less than a minute in, I was so confident I misplaced my parking ticket and lost valuable seconds.
Damn wallet's at the back.
But that wasn't the best part though.
There we go.
Oh, you're kidding me.
The joys of driving a manual.
Meanwhile, Sam's banter nearly landed him in the emergency room.
I'm gonna beat you!
Watch out!
Oh, sorry.
By car.
You're going down!
You have no chance, mate.
Look at the traffic!
Good luck!
And with the two of us now separated, the only thing left to do for me was to get in my Uber. Should be simple, right?
He's in the center. Oh, there he is! Oh my gosh! We missed him.
No. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it. We have no choice. Traffic lights. I'm hoping that Sam's Ubers really take forever to arrive because, man, once that train picks up steam, it's over.
This is what happens when you always look for a Corolla. Hi sir, how are you? Good, thank you. Okay, Frederick, so we have little time to spare, sir. Today I am racing the Gautrain.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of anybody doing that?
Racing a Gautrain?
Yeah.
No.
Never. But do you think I will win?
Gautrain is very fast.
I'm going on the Gautrain.
Are you going on a Gautrain?
I'm going on the Gautrain,
Okay.
and my friend is going in the car.
Okay.
But I kind of want the car to win. So Frederick's got like very little confidence in Dubs. Remember though, I have to Uber all the way from here to the Gautrain station.
Okay.
And then take the Gautrain.
Okay.
Whereas my friend, he's already driving. He's already on his way now to Pretoria.
Okay.
And although we had Frederick's vote of confidence, things actually weren't looking too good for me. Because right as we left the Morningside shopping centre, Dubs was getting on the highway, and I still had a 12-minute Uber ride to the station.
And we're through the city traffic. Now we're gonna get onto the highway, and this is where we can really cover up some lost ground. Shift early. There we go. That's how you maintain a low average fuel consumption. Shift gears early. Don't rev up the revs. Glide. Shift early. Yeah.
So, seeing as I'm in the back of an Uber and convenience is at my fingertips, I'm feeling hungry, I haven't had breakfast, so I am going to order a coffee and a donut for collection at the Krispy Kreme right outside of the Gautrain station. So, while Dubs is doing the left leg cramp in traffic, I will be enjoying a hot coffee and a donut on the train.
Right, so we'll be measuring my cost through the average fuel consumption over the 48-kilometer journey from where we started, of course. And that leaves me in a bit of a tricky situation because that means I need to practically drive efficiently, yet quickly. Sam, on the one hand, has to take an Uber to get to the Gautrain station. Once he gets rolling, oh my word, that train is going to steamrail forward because that thing can go up to ridiculous speeds of like 170 kilometers per hour. And this is bad news right now because I'm looking up ahead and we seem to have a bit of a traffic jam.
Okay, made it to the train. One more stop, let's get some donuts and some coffee.
By the time I arrived, there was only 5 minutes till departure, and I could literally feel the seconds slipping away. I needed to get my breakfast fast.
No sugar. Just the Americano and the donuts. I've got 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, in the car, I was contemplating life. Can you imagine a future where you lose the luxury of driving your own car? Man, imagine not having to play your favorite tunes or having a passenger princess or prince. That would be sad. It really would be sad.
Right now, I didn't have the luxury of contemplating life. I needed to go.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this is one of the most tense moments of my life. Just playing with the minutes, the precious seconds. Thank you. And then just the Americano.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Can I leave you with the packets? I'm just gonna take the donuts as is. Thank you guys.
Like that.
Let's go.
Breakfast in hand, things were starting to look up, and nothing could stop me from getting to that train on time.
Hi sir, how are you?
Fine, and you, this one doesn't go like that side. It only comes on this side.
I just got it.
I can just and then ready.
No sir, I don't have time. My train is leaving.
So, but doesn't go that side. You can just quickly.
While Sam was wasting
bin.
time arguing over his precious
Do
coffee,
you want it?
I had a new revelation. I hate how the fast lanes are always like jam-packed, and then the lanes furthest to the left always seem to have a bit of a flow and space. I don't get it. We really need to address this. I think every South African needs to go for a course whereby we all need to redo our licenses and we need to get proper tests this time.
Okay, let's go. We don't have time. Okay.
The train had already taken one victim, and I couldn't let myself be the second. If I had to miss this train, the next would only come in 10 minutes, practically guaranteeing my loss. And the last thing I want to see is that smug look on Dubs' face.
Right, my ETA currently reads at 26 minutes and 27 Ks to cover. Man, we're checking in at the Wheelie Mega Store, by the way. So when that phone call comes through, that means Sam would have reached the Wheelie Mega Store. At that point in time, we need to be so far ahead because that means he's technically ahead.
How is that for timing? As we arrived here, the train is now here. Okay, we just need to pick a carriage. I think for some reason, if we go to the front, we have a higher chance of winning. First in, first off, right?
My train would now cover 41 kilometers to Pretoria, with 4 stops in between, and I could finally gain some astronomical ground on Dubs. But the only time I'll get to find out where he is in this race is when I pass the Wheelie Megastore in Centurion.
Checking on our fuel average consumption, 5.3 liters to the 100. This car enthusiast must be so proud of me. Sam hasn't checked in. Am I worried? No. Am I happy? Yes. Okay, Sam. Okay. Come on, Golf 6. Show me what you got.
Seeing as I didn't have the stress of driving, I took the time to make friends with my fellow train commuters. Of course, by offering my breakfast away to win them over.
Do you guys want a donut? Really? I can't eat 3.
I have to.
Those ungrateful train commuters, surely somebody would want one of my donuts.
Hey, bro, do you want a donut? Do you want one? I won't tell anyone. Shh. Do you want one? It's our secret.
That over there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Wheelie Mega Store. And Sam has not called. We're ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We're ahead. I love this. I love this. Absolutely am loving this.
Dubs may have passed the checkpoint before me, but I couldn't help think that things could be worse.
Sorry, the airport is there.
Airport's that way. Why, are you guys trying to go to the airport?
Made a mistake.
No!
Plus, il m'a écouté, j'ai dit, ouais,
Je te dis, putain, c'est pas les stations qu'on prend normalement, ils t'emmènent après ton voyage.
No, guys, you're going the complete wrong way. Stop the train!
You've watched this video up to this point and you haven't hit the subscribe button? Why? I mean, I'm racing the Gautrain, for goodness sake. What other reason do you need? And especially if you're South African, you should definitely subscribe, okay? Subscribe, hit that bell icon, and yeah, stay tuned. And I think I'm gonna win. That's a good enough reason.
I know that Dubs is definitely wondering where we are at this point in time. We're approaching the highway. We're getting closer. I'm expecting to see the Wheelie Megastore on my left at any minute now.
At this point, I was already getting off the highway. Although I do want to be excited, I am a bit nervous because the steering wheel is pulling slightly to the right, but everything is fine. It's not the alignments, not the wheel balancing either. And I do think that it's probably one of the tire pressures.
Oh, I can see traffic on the highway. There's the highway, which means that we are approaching the Wheelie midstream store, so... Okay. He's calling me. He's calling me.
I'm waiting you.
Dubs is calling. Dubs called me, and we're passing the Wheelie Megastore. We're passing the Wheelie Megastore right now, Dubs. I was about to call you. Yes,
Really?
where are you?
You don't want to guess where I'm at.
No, where are you, bro? Where are you?
Well, I haven't arrived, but I'm off the highway.
You're
Okay.
off the highway.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm off the highway,
off the highway.
but I haven't arrived. I'm stuck in a bit of traffic,
Oh,
but I'm coming. Okay,
I'll see you there.
bye, Sam.
Oh,
Bye, Sam.
bye, Dubs. Bye. He's already off of the highway, so we're gonna have to rush by the time we get to Pretoria.
Knowing that Dubs was ahead was a huge crush to my confidence. My only option was to sleep it out and conserve my energy in case it came down to a sprint at the end.
At this point, I knew that I was ahead, and the last thing I'd want is to not finish at all. I knew that it would definitely take me longer to fill a spare than it would to pull into a garage and top up on some air.
All right. I should order my Uber. I should actually order my Uber. I should order my Uber right now so that we can get our Uber faster. Okay, cool. Our Uber should be on that side.
100 meters. Turn left.
He says no pickup allowed at the Gautrain. You have to walk to the top. Walk to the top.
Okay, now this is where I need to focus.
I think we should run.
We missed the turn. My overconfidence may have gotten me in trouble. The road behind me was a one-way, which meant I had to drive around the entire block. Way struggled to reroute my destination, so I went with my gut, which led me to a dead end. A roundabout. Oh, that makes sense. That explains it.
Come on!
We have 300 meters till we arrive at Geek House. It's about to happen. And I'll be honest, I do not want to see Dubs when I walk up those stairs.
Cannot lose it now. Come on.
Come, come, come. And we're here, finally. Look who it is. No, look who it is. Look who it is. It's Dubs. No, no, there he is. No, there he is. No,
no. You just made it. You just.
No, well, you could say 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You were so lucky.
5 minutes.
You were so lucky. Oh, dude, I'm dead. Man, that was something intense, and I can't believe you beat me by just 5 minutes. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Throughout this challenge, we both encountered unpredictable hiccups. In the end, there were only 5 minutes in it. Between missing Ubers, emergency detours, and taking the wrong turns, it really could have been anyone's game. But these are only some of the challenges that commuters face on a daily basis. The train gave me the opportunity to connect with people. I got to really chill. My total cost to use the Gautrain for 22 working days a month would be 7,348 Rand. But I still could have used a cheaper mode of transport to get to and from the station, like a bus. The total cost to run the car, however, after a 3,000 Rand installment, 800 Rand insurance premium, would be 7,056 Rand. But that's not even taking into account depreciation and wear and tear over time. At surface level, there's not much in it when it comes to cost. Unless you're traveling with more than one person, then the car is always cheaper. But for the purpose of this video, we'll give Dubs the satisfaction of winning his very first challenge. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, leave a comment and share it to a friend who uses the Gautrain. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on our next challenge when we attempt to take two 50,000 Rand cars all the way through Zimbabwe.